We will help you to know the law that related to K-Bank. We are going to discuss K-Bank and the business laws and taxation in Thailand, which is a matter that concerns all of us who are doing a business or will be doing business in the future. We will discuss on 6 important topics, including general business models of bank business organization, forms shareholder structure management structure, 2 key contracts made by bank and possible tax consequences arising from bank business activities and contract. Let us start with the first topic, Capricorn Bank business models. Its official name operates commercial banking, securities business and related businesses as permitted in the Financial Institutions Business Act and the Securities and Exchange Act as of December 31, 2016. According to the information from the Creedon Data website, 2021, the current value of the bank, including shareholders' equity, is as high as 446,681,219,000 baht. In details, there are various avenues through which bank earns money. The bank's main source of income comes from net interest income, interest on loans, and loans to support customers' business operations. The next is business organization forms. First, K-Bank is considered as the commercial bank. Its organization is normally operating under differences and similarities of the ordinary business enterprise in which any person or group of persons may engage in K-Bank in the same manner as in an ordinary public company. Next, K-Bank is placed under certain governmental regulations. It is not confined by law to the corporate form of organization. Last, the shares of the stock of K-Bank are recently traded on the Stock Exchange of Thailand. How many shareholders does Capricorn have? These are top 10 shareholder from the Stock Exchange of Thailand. The remaining shares of Capricorn Bank are owned by a variety of institutional and individual investors. The ownership structure of Capricorn Bank is relatively concentrated, with the top 10 shareholder controlling over 40% of the bank's outstanding shares. This concentration of ownership gives these shareholders a significant amount of control over the bank's decision-making process. Mr. Chot Lamsam and his Thai-Chinese relatives are the co-founders of K-Bank. However, since the company became a public company, the ownership rights of K-Bank depend on the proportion of shares held. Management structure. Capricorn Bank is managed by a board of directors, which is responsible for setting the bank's overall strategy and overseeing its operations. The board of directors is appointed by the bank's shareholders. The day-to-day management of the bank is the responsibility of the bank's president and CEO. As you can see, Capricorn Bank Public Company Limited shows organizational chart. From the top management down through hierarchical channels, with only a few top managers being in charge of overall decision-making and being part of a shareholder meeting. Do you know that bank's shareholders will not have the right to directly manage the bank's operations, but will select a group of people to manage them, called the Board of Directors, through a shareholder meeting? In detail, bank has a centralization structure which directs its authority. Decisions of upper-level managers are significant for bank as in a primary decision-makers in a central headquarters with offices and meeting areas for the Board of Directors to discuss. 2 key contracts made by the organization. The first key contract made by K-Bank is a loan contract. Normally, in various loan contracts between Capricorn Bank and its customers, in which case they are considered lenders and borrowers, interest will be collected from borrowers according to loan laws. The examples of the loans include home loan, car loan, personal loan, and many more. For a home loan contract that the bank makes with the borrower, K-Bank provides a service for the general public to enter into a loan contract to purchase houses and land with the bank, whereby the borrower must pay interest to the bank. From the home loan contract, bank will receive income as interest that borrowers enter into contracts with the bank. Therefore, the bank is required to pay specific business tax, which is collected from the activities of selling goods and services in the same way as VAT. in detail, according to the taxation regulation under Section 91 of Thai laws, which clearly discussed specific business tax. Interest that the bank received from its clients counts as income for tax purposes on the date it is credited to the bank. Thus, the income of most commercial banks, including bank, is taxable. Key Contract 2. Contract to purchase additional shares in Indonesia's Maspian Bank, which Kasikorn is buyer and Bank Maspian is seller. At the end of 2022, Bank decided to purchase a majority stake in Maspian Bank of Indonesia. This deal is worth 7.5 billion baht. Both banks will sign a conditional sale and purchase contract together. For K-Bank is not subject to income tax on the sale of shares because it is not a dealer in securities. However, K-Bank may be subject to capital gains tax on the sale of shares, if the sale results in a capital gain. For Maspian Bank is subject to income tax on the sale of shares. The tax rate is determined by Indonesian law. Additional considerations. In addition to the income tax implications of these contracts, there may also be other taxes that apply, such as stamp duty and withholding tax. The specific tax consequences of these contracts will depend on the specific facts and circumstances of each case.